I targeted it specifically because there's a very large Burmese population here. And we want as many eyes on the film as possible, of course. But we also want Burmese people outside of Myanmar to be able to see it. I think in general, Burmese people aren't watching Burmese films anymore, just due to the very low quality, generally speaking, of Burmese films. This film in particular, for a Burmese film, is a higher quality than your standard Burmese film. And we're very different in that we're using a new director and new actors. We started filming in 2014, and the press started in 2014. So people have been talking about our film for some time and have been anticipating that we would finish and start showing it. And I think, too, something that makes it very special is that it shows a different side of Myanmar than a lot of films. Most films out of Myanmar are documentary films that tend to focus more on maybe the more negative side of the country. And this film is more of a positive perspective of the film, which is one reason I wanted to make it. I wanted to show sort of this other side of Myanmar that I'd kind of fallen in love with when I first arrived in the country about 5 years ago. And we put a lot of culture in it. You'll see there's a lot of Burmese dancing and Burmese music. And we traveled around the country to a lot of locations that are very popular, I guess, tourist locations. So we traveled in 4 different cities. And I think that when people watch this, especially Burmese people, it might remind them of their home country. That unfortunately, because I think in Fort Wayne and a lot of cities throughout the United States, a lot of the Burmese people here are refugees. And maybe they're not able to go back to their country, or they haven't seen their country and seen how much it's changed over the years. You know, some people have been here for decades and haven't been able to go back home. So that's a lot of the feedback that I receive when I talk to a lot of people in the audience, is that it reminds them of their home country and their homeland. And, you know, as much as I'm sure they're proud to be Americans and they're happy to be here, you know, in their hearts, they're still Burmese. And they love their country and their culture. And so to be able to see that on the big screen, it was very important to me to do everything entirely in Myanmar, to use all Burmese cast, crew, equipment, post-production, everything. And so I also want them to just feel proud that this is a Burmese film. You know, this was, I'm obviously American, and we had some outside consultants, but for all intents and purposes, I mean, this is a Burmese film, and I just hope it's something that they'll all be proud of. Well, I mean, we're thrilled and excited that, you know, that it's showing 3 times, which is amazing, to be shown multiple times at a film festival, and for all 3 shows to be sold out. And I understand that the last show was added just a couple of days ago, and that sold out within hours. So there's certainly, you know, I mean, this is something we've experienced in Myanmar, and everywhere we go there's so much anticipation about the movie and people supporting us and supporting the film. And it's just very gratifying and for us that there's just so much interest and support, and I hope we can live up to people's expectations. But yeah, selling out 3 shows is just unbelievable. It's amazing. This is our US premiere, and to sell out 3 shows is just beyond our wildest dreams and expectations. So thank you, Hobnobben. Thank you, Fort Wayne. You know, we're just really happy to be here.